Um, Afternoon, evening. Yeah. I have work tomorrow, so it's gonna be a shorter one today. I've done so crazy long follow world ones lately with that 8 hour benches or something, so a bit shorter, and I'm gonna actually calibrate myself. I haven't done that yet, so I have woke up like 3 hours ago, and I have to go to sleep soon again. Like something what like 5 or something, yeah. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Hi, welcome. Yeah, let's just play a chill game. Something which probably won't suck me in for ages. Yeah, this suck me in. So I guess I'm gonna play my priest for a bit. Yeah, life is like that. Life is like that. Life be like that. Always something like work or stuff getting in the way of things. Getting in the way of fun things. I wonder if I could go there. Or I could even do like different places with this priest, I think. It works a bit different. It's like an auto attack, but it is very different. Yeah, I'm fast. I'm fast. Yeah. I'm just gonna smite them to death. That's like this. Yeah. Bonkies. I'm so glad they fixed the trade in this game. I could actually even buy like gear for this character a bit more if I wanted to, but I'm liking. Yeah, it's working finally. Yeah, there's vending. There's vending again. It's been around for a couple of days already, and no lag, so it's quite playable right now. From what it used to be, like it was absolutely unplayable at one point with the latency, and yeah, it's worth. And it's fun when it works. No, they are hurting me. I've just been feeling burned out. I don't know what to do right now. Yeah, it sucks when you get like burning out in general, in life and everything, so. I've been burnt out of other things in life except streaming. Streaming I've enjoyed actually. It's been like an outlet for me, so. Just other things in life have been like really not that good. Not that great. Could be better. Could be better. Could be better. With a lot of things, but yeah. And yeah, I'm still like, I like practically make like almost like not much even profit from working, and I'm like, why do I have to fucking wake up and almost like a bit before 5 in the morning and just do these crazy adjustments to earn like a couple of euros more I would get otherwise. So I'm like, fuck, no, I don't know. I just keep trying. I just keep trying. I just wish the results were a bit better, I guess. I want like more back from what I do, I guess. So that's how I feel that way. I'm just like torturing myself. But at least I have some job, so it could be worse. Could be having like none. And that would be even worse, I think. I just love this kind of games where you can just grind. I was also tempted to like just go for Fall World, you know, but I know that when I start it might be hard to stop playing. It sucks, man. It sucks me in like some sort of poison. Oh, I miss that feeling. Oh, I hope you get that once again from something. I hope something gives you that again. I want something to put all my attention to. Oh yeah. But worse is like when like so many things want to grab your attention. Oh, rather than being in my brain all the time. Oh yeah. I guess for me it's also a way to get out of my brain a little bit at least. I saw how I thoughts about things, and bad memories and bad thoughts, but I guess it's finding something nice to play what grabs my attention. It makes it less worse. It could be always worse though. I'm beating this beast to oblivion with my hammer. I could go for a higher level place, I think, cause this one I just like, you know, beat them like this, so. I could do something harder. I still have to watch the Yanineko, the newest episode. I haven't watched it yet. Just remembered it like yesterday. It comes out in the weekday, so it's a bit strange. My brain always thinks of the need to go schedule, you know, when it used to come always on the Saturday, so it was easy to remember. And this one comes out just in some random weekday. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do something harder. These worms are way too easy. Yeah, this is way too easy. Need something more challenging. Need something more challenging. Oh, I also went to the store a bit earlier. I returned bowls and bought some ice cream. I have ice cream. I should eat it at some point. Yeah. Having some ice cream. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna go for something harder, maybe. Oh, always okay. This is like 7:05. I need something like. Oh, I had some this morning too. Oh, oh, yeah. Ice cream is so good. So since it's still summer, so well, later end of the summer, it's starting to go away already. So always the summer will go away, and the darkness shall consume the lands once more. At least it has not been raining like it has been. Yeah, yeah. I don't like rainy days. Or more like I don't like them when I have to go somewhere out and do things outside. It sucks always. It sucks if you have to go out and, suddenly it's like mega rainy. So. Oh, there's like a ton of people here. Let's go to the other channel. Rain is cozy other times. Yeah, when you can be inside and just watch the rain, then it's cozy. But I had to work outside, so I'm not that fond of it usually. Yeah, I get wet when it rains, so I don't like it. Yeah. I guess I'm lucky. I guess I get to be inside when I work. Yeah, yeah, way nicer. Way nicer. I don't think we could make bread outside though. Yeah. That could be hard. That would be hard. We would need like some oven outside. That would be like. No, a random party invites. No one cares with this. Hold on, we are connecting to your channels. My chat thing says, to activate chat, please enable channels here. What the fuck? This restream thing is bugging. Restream is bugging. Oh, okay. It has returned. It has returned, and now maybe it works again. Maybe it works again. Chant Banshee, yeah. Oh, I think I can rebuff myself. I would sleep also at like 7 in the morning. I want to sleep at 7 in the morning. and woke up like at what it was in the afternoon anyways, like 13 something. Yeah, cause I was playing Pal World till like 6 in the morning, so. Oh, okay, thank you. I had to adjust it. Cause I think I had it off for a bit, audio, and it's a bit loud for me too. I'm gonna adjust this, yeah, maybe now it's a bit less. Oh yeah, maybe I should take the bonk sound, you know? The bonk sound should be lower, like this. Yeah, now it should be a bit more better. Less bonky. And maybe, hopefully it's not too quiet. I never can actually hear what comes out, yeah. Thanks. So I can just adjust in here. Wow. Oh, I'm dying. Oh. I heal. So yeah, I can never actually hear what the output is on the stream. I just see sliders stuff. And it's always different what I hear myself. It's always different what I hear in my headphones. So yeah, I guess that's a minus thing, alright? Oh. And yeah, big heals. Yeah, this class can do big heals. Just really slow heals, I guess, but yeah. I think I have it maxed. Almost. It's like 9. How have you been though? It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, I've been like last week I was working and then I was streaming, and I guess yesterday I went to a housewarming thing and it was fun. I met some nice people there. I met some nice people there. Nice little housewarming party, and I've been quite like busy, I guess. I guess I've been quite busy. Just my bedtimes always get so scuffed on my. We got that like that half asleep. Almost half asleep. But that's just what happens. Of course, my natural cycle is so different from what I have to do in the weekdays. When I have to do the work grind, I have to do the opposite of my natural cycle, so. I'm the nocturnal person, usually. Yeah. It's nice to be busy sometimes, yeah. I remember when my bedtimes were different every day, that's awful. Yeah, I feel like almost doing a shift work, like, you know, like night shift, day shift type of thing, cause I wanna stay up late when I'm at free time. I had to deliver stuff depending how far away we had to go, so we had to wake up at different times. Oh yeah, that is how it goes in my job as well. Usually the times actually, luckily for this place is solid, but it's always in the in the morning, but at least it's not at like 3 o'clock in the night. Like sometimes, yeah. Happy to be out of that job. Oh yeah. It's that kind of stuff really can wear you out. It can really wear you out. Cause I did a job which started like, you know, the fucking 3 o'clock at the night, wake up. It was bad. It was bad for my mental well-being. And also, like, just everything, like, my surroundings and stuff, they were also bad for my mental well-being. Didn't really help. It's lonely, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, and but it's nice to travel, I guess. Yeah, I like the traveling part when I get the kind of days when I get to travel a bit. Just kind of put some music and watch the scenery quietly change. Scenery quietly change while I listen to music, and at the same time I get paid. So, and yeah. I don't really mind that. Mostly I don't like physical stuff. Where you have to like do things, yeah. Even though it feels long at my current job. Oh yeah. I've met like yeah. I wake up every day at like 4. And now I'm just tired to do anything after work. Yeah, that's what I often get in the work days. Well, when I come home, I take off the work clothes, and I just don't want to move at all or do anything. Just sit in this chair. Just sit in this chair, unwind all the pressure of the day and stuff. And none of my friends just want to hang and talk. It's always partying. Aw, yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah. If you never get the chance to have, you know, just hang and talk, yeah. Kind of one-sided, like, you know, the activities. And that can get kind of like, if you're not a party hound, it can get a bit boring, I guess, yeah. I also used to have a thing. That I had like people around me who just want to party and never like, you know, chat and do something, yeah. Or at least in comparison to like, you know, other stuff hang around. So yeah, I'm gonna compare. I'm introverted as hell, so partying isn't the best for me all the time. Yeah, if you get like stressed. If you don't get refreshed from the partying, that's a bad thing. Because then it ends up being a stressful thing instead. And that's no good. Yeah. I'm just adjusting stats. Oh, my bonks kill us off. No wonder I wasn't doing much damage. I don't wanna eat the ice cream. I'm like, I'm gonna go down empty and I'm gonna get some ice cream. And it's gonna be an ASMR of me eating ice cream. Ice cream in this room. Ice cream. I need it. It just has to, warm up a bit, because it's right from the fridge, right from this fridge. So I have to like warm it up a bit. Warm it up. The ice cream needs warming up and shit, so, yeah. I'm like, I wonder, like, next week I might have actually like every other day free except for the cursed Monday. For the cursed Monday, I don't have like anything scheduled, but I can always get asked for shifts, and but I kind of feel like, you know, for my mental well-being, I might just have Monday and have Monday and do nothing else. Just have a free week. Although it means always less money, but I don't like being like asked for like shifts, like fucking can you come for the next day? No, I might have plans. I might have like other life, and I don't like that. I might have other life and stuff, and or just like I don't like the inconsistency of like things being predictable. I like things being a bit predictable, you know? Maybe sometimes some chaos is fine, but yeah. Oh, I hate it when they ask if you can cover for somebody. Oh, I can't say no. Oh, you have like a contract with like obligated hours, I guess. I guess so. I have a 0-hour contract, so I guess I can. Yeah, I don't want to disappoint. Yeah, I used to be like that. But these days, I'm like, I know my value. I know my value. You also have to send them. I know my value, so I also know that they don't stop asking, because I haven't done accidents which are expensive. So, and I'm precise. And I know that I do my stuff well, so I'll still work 40 hours this week. So yeah, the usual, companies wanting to try to shove you into a shitty contract, and then they still give you full hours. Yeah, that's what is common. I actually had one, like, when I lived in Helsinki, I had a contract with full hours. Yeah, it's a real skill to be able to say I don't have that the days booked. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, but when I lived in Helsinki, I had like, I had a full contract, so I was obligated to do 80 hours, and of course the plus 5 hours, which is the lunch breaks, which are obligated. So the actual amount you are bound to work is 85 hours for like 2 weeks, but they always made me overwork to 100 hours for 2 weeks, and I had to do the crazy commute. So it 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 really wrecked my mental health, and yeah, and the living situation I was in also. The living situation I was in, it also wrecked it on the top, because I didn't have the peace at home. And they made me work, like, I had a thing. Like, I worked from Monday to Friday. And then I had 3 days, like 3 free days from Friday, from Saturday to Monday. And the next week I worked from first Tuesday the Saturday, and in my like in my career, Saturday is considered a regular day. You don't get any extra pay for Saturdays. It's like any day of the week. Only Sunday is double pay, so you never get Sundays. And then I would have one Sunday off, and the schedule I would repeat. So it would be always like a weekend with one day off, and then 5 days, and then weekend with 3 days, and then 5 days. So that really worked me because I like one day isn't enough to rest with that amount of hours. It's not enough to. Yeah, it was. In the fucking living place. Like, I lived in this fucking polykill with like 5 people. Everyone having like mental illnesses and constantly drama. So, yeah, I'm free of both of those things, but the cost was large. The cost and damage was large. The cost and damage was large mentally and like financially for me. So yeah, I'm here alive still. At least, yeah, that's at least how I think. I'm here and still alive. Let's hope time heals the wounds. Yeah, I do hope. I really hope so. It's been hard path to some sort of recovery. Ice cream, same time. Yeah, it could be a long process. It could take years. And I'm pretty sure it might take years. It's from a core market. It's like chocolate ice cream, which is like I got two for €1 at the shop's own brand, so they're actually good. Cheap ice cream. It's decent, yeah. It's like the best cheap ice cream I found. Shit, I just ended a friendship with somebody I cared about so much. I feel like it's gonna take forever to get over this. Oh yeah. Friendships also are like when they end, it's like, you know, it hurts. It hurts just like relationship. Maybe sometimes it could be even worse. It depends on friendship, I guess. Always like social pain. There's a social pain when you have to go through things. Same thing for me, to be honest. Okay. Yeah. Friends can be on the same level as partner, yeah, especially if they are actually good friends, yeah. Sometimes, like, you know, long-term friends can be even at a higher level than partner. Sometimes. Like if a partner is a short-term, you know, long-term friendships are can be decades, so it's something. So many people say I'm weird for thinking that way. I think people just glorify relationships so much. I think if it's a new relationship, you should be like wary about things. I learned that way that I should be more wary if I get into new relationships. And I have a bit of habit of jumping into things like heads on. with like full force and commitment. So like full force and commitment, and then you can end up being disappointed of people. Hello, welcome everyone, welcome. And evening, I'm just grinding this so I won't get stuck into the depths of Fall World today. Hopefully. And then I will end up switching to Fall World anyway at some point. Who knows, who knows. Yeah, I have bad habit of when I get into a relationship, I then think my partner is like a perfect being. I get blind. I don't see. I don't see like if there's like a bad things I should be actually concerned about. I kind of like just, you know, I don't see it. I'm blinded. I'm blinded. Love blinds you. Which is something I should learn to go away from because, you know, yeah, not good, not good. Not good. And, I guess also it's not really mature if I, like, if I should be like a proper adult. And I always be like, actions. I have to say, like, if I get a new partner, like, you know, I have to say actions, which make me trust him, make me trust. Because words can be just words. Like you can fucking say anything. But it doesn't really matter what you say, it matters what you do, I think. And then, what you do is what matters. Yeah, promises can be broken. Yeah, that is how it is. And sometimes, I think, like, you know, promise something. You have to show it with some actions instead of words. The words don't matter, and the actions, they are a long-term thing, not like a fucking month or something thing. Kind of depends on the promise, but a long-term commitment type of thing, you know. And it's not about words, and it's about time and how things turn out. Only time I'll trust somebody's words is when they have done actions before. Yeah, that's a lesson I need to learn. That is a lesson I have to remember. Never trust anyone's words before you have actually seen actions in long term, which actually, like, you know, show that they are trustworthy. Like, I've gotten so much, like, you know, sweet talk and, you know, and maybe even actions done in short term, kind of like, you know, making you feel, yeah, love bombing. That's what I have experienced. Yeah. You know, just like in short term, doing a lot of things which make you feel so loved and good and shit. But the short term shouldn't matter. It's about the long term. It's about the long term. Like, people can love bomb you, but turn out to be something different. Like, long term, And I think life is always about long term. Like, I don't mind, like, love bombing, but there should be a long term. Oh, fuck, I'm dead. Because my buffs run out. So, I don't mind, like, love bombing, but there should be also a real long term commitment. So. Yeah, just always be love bombing. Don't just stop one day. Yeah, and like, and I've had people like just replace me when they find a new fancier toy to play with, you know? New toy, more interesting person. New, you know. mm, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some people suck, yeah. That's how it goes. Yeah. No, screw it, it's our loss, yeah. I should think it that way. Yeah. Or more like that I dodged the bullet, I guess. Oh, yeah. Well, I did get hit by a bullet. But, yeah. Not literally, but like, mentally. Mm. And at least I know. I know my values also know. I value freedom. I value freedom. Freedom is important. Everyone should be free, live their lives how they want to. Yeah, love bombing is just words, it's the deeds that count. Yeah, the deeds are the important. Words don't matter. It's the deeds. And the intent. And the intent, like a long-term intent people have, even in friendship. A long-term intent, you know. It doesn't just apply to relationships and friendships though. Long-term intent. Like I've never been a wordsmith kind of person, and I'm fucking forgetful. But I try to show. I try to show my values by long term deeds. I guess long term things. Like I might have like tough seasons. I might have bad weeks. But I try to do long term. That's, I guess, my thing. But I know that I'm unstable also in a way, so I can get sucked into things so easy. So easy. I can get sucked into things because I'm open. I'm open to new experiences so much. I'm open to new experiences so much, and yeah, man, and like it's funny. It was funny housewarming party I had. I went to this place. Yeah, and I always have this experience. By the way, it repeats often. Like I go and suddenly people talk about something like age related, you know, and start revealing their ages, you know. And then it's like Suddenly I actually tell my age and it's like, oh wow, you're like fucking oldest. And then people are that you, they can never tell. From like my looks, I look like people, okay? This is like, I would say if I just say this myself, I wouldn't believe, but I have had like tens of people always tell me that I look like fucking way younger than what my chronological age is. And also my mental, like, you know, what that, yeah, like what age people I get along with. I'm stunted. Cause trauma has stunted me. But luckily it has stunted me physically too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for trauma stunting my physical decay. So I guess something positive. My physical decay is also like a bit less than what people usually have. I guess. At least according to like many people. So yeah, it's always funny, but this is how it's been. I think it has to be something with childhood traumas and, you know, and maybe like, you know, personality, whatever fuckeries around. So like personality, you know, yeah, personality issues, so to speak. It stunts you in the level, you know. But I don't know. I feel like Taxa has some like benefits, cause you also kind of keep the curiosity, cause you get kind of stuck in like certain age. At least I feel I do. So you also keep the curiosity and openness, which I feel it had made my life way different from many others. Of like the people who are like chronological in my age. So, you know, my the life is like so different. Cause I have not done the thing where you get stuck to a pattern. Mentally, I'm still like a teenager, but pretty mature. Make it make sense. Yeah. I'm kind of like that. Yeah. I can be mature, but I can also be like a fucking teenager at times. I feel also maturity is, it's just some kind of an experience you have gone through, and which you hopefully remember and learn from. I just wish I didn't have to think that my past, you know, my past, like this kind of chronological, you know, sense of things and memories. I wish they weren't as fragmented, because that's a trauma thing. Also, and all the new things what have happened, they haven't really helped. They haven't really helped with this. They have just, you know, scrambled the deck. The deck, which is already kind of full of loose cards, it scrambled it. It scrambled the deck, so I'm trying to figure out that is there like a Black Peter on you know, the last card of the deck? Is it gonna be like you know, a bad card? Like this like kind of gloomy expression, but yeah, gloomy metaphor for life thingies. I have also done the mistake. That's, you know, staying in a relationship. Which had like stagnated in the more of a, like just a friendship and living in the same house type of thing for a long time. Like okay, like it was like living, you know, but a relationship which kind of turned out that you kind of just lived with somebody who's like a really good friend of yours instead of like a partner, like a, you know, a romantic partner. And there was like some other issues with that as well, like some kind of not so nice issues. Like there was like unconsensual, you know, unconsensual. Can I say the word here? But you know, the adult things people do in bed other than sleeping, there are some unconsensual things. Because person didn't really like, I guess, learn, you know, to have control of themselves. But I'm actually still like good friends with them, because I was kind of together with them for a long time. Let's say a long time. A long time in my time scale, it means like 10 years or more. So it means time scale like that. And you know, people make mistakes, and with that kind of time scale, you kind of forgive people because you know what they are from the inside, but in deep down they are not bad people. You know, people make mistakes. So yeah, I have had a wacky life. A wacky life, and you know, I haven't even talked about like a lot of it. Like I have so much stories that I just like every now and then when I reminiscence of things, I just remember a thing. That also happened. I just kind of forgot. You know, I don't know if anyone else has that often, but yeah, it happens to me at least. Oh, we need to clear this mess of inventory again. Yeah, and I'm dying because I'm fighting with Holy against Holy, so it's not an optimal field to grind at. Because it's a Holy against Holy, so yeah, I've lived quite a wild life, let's say. So yeah, I lived quite a wild life, but I don't know. I'm not ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of it. I like shared always the bits and pieces every now and then when I think about them just on the streams. So yeah. Yeah, I don't. I was like, fucking don't get put into a mental hospital as a kid. By the way, they are prisons. They are not. But at least back then, when I was like put into one as a child for like I think I was there like 3 or 4 months. I never saw a therapist. It was just a holding cell. Holding cell for difficult children. But to have a holding cell. Back then they didn't like force medicate you. I guess these days they kind of feed you stuff which kind of numbs you. They feed you the meds which numb you. You know. Back then they didn't do that. Back then they just made him, you know, kept the kids like locked up. Kept the kids locked up until they seemed like normal enough to let them out. But no, nobody actually got the therapy. Nobody got the therapy. It was just a holding fucking place, so. But it was a holding, so. But it was a hospital. Yeah, I meant, it was a mental. Yeah. But I have done stupid things in like in my childhood, and like when I was like 18-year-old. I was a fucking yandere back then, you know? Like when I didn't get angry easily. I didn't get angry easily, but when I got angry, I was the yandere. And do you know what that means? That back then actually meant, like, you know, that meant, you know, that meant this happening if it works. Fucking toggle. Fucking. Why doesn't the Syndic take it? Back then, it meant this. Yeah, it meant this. It meant this back then. So yeah. So yeah, you know, I learned the hard way to control my anger. But even after that, I had issues with like stability. I had very unstable relationships for a long time. Until I actually got a bit more stable. That learning by mistakes. I guess I did so many mistakes so that I didn't know learned over time. But then whatever happened, whatever the fucking hell happened, like last winter, I let my control slip in a way that I went into a thing without thinking too much, like thinking long term. I went thinking of the short term only, and like, you know, thinking with the rose glasses. So you can kind of slip control, and actually I did, like, during that whole thing, when I lived with that commune, whatever, molecule, whatever, it had also the effect because everyone else also was so, like, everyone was unstable. It also made me unstable. Because it was harder to keep myself in the check also. But actually, in the end, I got like outplayed by manipulators behind my back because I didn't have time to play mind games. And actually, how it ended was that because I wanted an apology for a really important thing, which was important for me because I bent so much. Then I was like yelled at and walked out of, and then I decided to do things the way I want to do for my mental well-being. Instead of, I'm not going to live my life pleasing others. I'm not gonna be like somebody's, you know, somebody's, you know, just toy doll to play with. So I'm not going to be that. I'm my own person with my own free will, and I demand that basic respect. Basic respect is what I want, and I will not bend away from. Just basic respect. If I can't get that, there's a consequence. I refuse to live. I refuse to live in a way that I don't get like the basic, you know. I don't feel like I just like that. I feel a human and I feel an equal. That is the thing. Yeah, scary to think of what if it would have been if you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm like, because I was totally broken mentally at that point. I was on a sick leave from my work because I could no longer work due to my mental state. I could no longer work. I was sick leave, and I usually in that place I always kept my door open. My door was usually almost only a door in that place which was open. And I had a rule that when my door is open, you are welcome to come in. But that day, you know, when shit happened, I closed the door. And I cried in that fucking room for weeks. Like what to do and shit. And when I yeah, you know, did the move, you know, I guess I did the Machiavellian move of let's see the cards. Let's see what is in play, what I have missed. You know? What mind games are in the play behind my skin, so yeah. Then I left Japan. And I did my holiday. I went places and shit, and yeah. And practically during my trip they like schemed behind my back a plan to, you know, kick me out and shit, so that's why I moved to Tampere, you know? But I have moved otherwise probably as well because the situation the situation was like that I could no longer tolerate living in that kind of conditions, you know? And yeah, I would have moved otherwise if even like if the things would have stayed the same. Like if the people would have like tried something but things would have been like bad, I would have probably moved out from there, you know, in like February or so. Yeah, what the fucking play, just got a vacation, yeah, screw this, I'm going to Japan. Yeah, I did it like that, you know, yeah. I like secretly left, I sneaked out of the fucking place, I sneaked out of the place, and I just told the only other mature person in the house who lived there that I need to go for like 2 weeks to, you know, I need to fucking clear my head. Because this is not good, And like that person was the only one in the house who actually understood me and was like, yeah, and you know, yeah, and have a fun vacation. And like, was like, I completely understand. And I actually got a gift from them. I still have the gift. They gave me a gift which makes me kind of like almost cry because it fits me so much. Like, they actually knew I didn't like interact with them that much in the place. No, I am not. I'm totally no contact with that bunch of people. I'm in no contact. I don't even know. Maybe they still stalk me. Who knows? But yeah, I'm in no contact. But that one person. They gave me like, you know, a binocular. Like that kind of classic binocular you can like open and look far away. So I felt it was beautiful because they knew me enough that I was an explorer. I like to go see the world, so and they had planned out, they didn't know about, you know, me, like about the whole thing that I decided to do this. And they had it planned like before, that they would have given me that otherwise as well. So, and they were the only one who gave me like a gift. They were also the person who didn't really want to involve themselves too much into others' drama. The only actual functional person. I don't know what's going on in that place. I don't know what is going on, but yeah. I'm just trying to build. Yeah, memories, you know? It still left me memories. Yeah, wonder if they escaped. Yeah, I don't think so. I believe they probably live there. So, like, if they wouldn't, no, I don't know, but I have a feeling. Yeah, but yeah, really fucking Scott. Life experience is weird, fucking weird. Life is weird. How do situations like that even unfold? Yeah, better not to think about. Yeah, I try not to, but I know that I still have to think about things to, you know, I have to process everything what happened. I have to process everything, and it is not the fast thing to do. It's not the fast thing to do, to process. I'm thinking about it will help you grow. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. That's really exciting to think back on it. Yeah, it is. I feel really lonely. I feel really lonely, and you know, and because like a lot of people there used to, like the more manipulative bunch used to love bombing stuff. So you know, it leaves your mark. Yeah, like being fucking love bombed, and then suddenly you're discarded just because. And I was the only one who people wanted to like control and like be like one who isn't allowed to leave for even fucking vacation. So, which I fucking paid myself for. So, I'm always available for the chat, and there's a bunch of people that care about you and your community. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I have a community. It feels good. It feels way less isolating. I still have a Discord server, which was like it was like an Erogor server. I have still that one. I have still that one, but it was kind of stained. Because those people, like some of them were in there, and like my ex was in there, so I don't know if it, yeah, it maybe, yeah, I still feel building a new community is healthier, I think, because my old one is kind of half dead now, so half dead now. And I guess like, oh, those people maybe scared away a bunch of people. Yeah, surprise Japan trip, lol. Yeah, it was a fucking surprise Japan trip. But yeah, I like actually like spent 1 week thinking what I should do in like isolation. And that is what I decided to do. That is like what my mind thought that it is right thing to do, so like I even let like hand wrote like on, you know, my ex-girlfriend a letter, you know, a letter that why I'm going and why I decided this and such, and yeah, and because the people were like supposed to be anarchists, I put there up like a sticker about like no borders and how about everyone should be free on the letter. Yeah, So, but yeah, yeah, it was a surprise, I guess. And I guess people also didn't think that I'm not somebody like I've been always a bullied person, and I have the aura that I attract bullies. And I guess the people didn't think that I also have the guts, because you know, people. It was so weird. Like when people know that you have done stuff, like I have fucking gone to Japan. Oh, like fucking no. It's like I think it's 14 times or 13 times I have gone there, and I have friends there, and I have fucking flushed Dutch and shit past. I have a history there, you know. It's not just a vacation. It's actually going to a place where I also have some sort of like connection to. So yeah. And yeah, I have no clue when I'm going next. I'm hoping that next year I could go and manage somehow to do like a low budget trip. Low budget trip there. Smoke some nice cigarettes, you know, and just hang around with people. And, you know, see the friends I have there. I'm hoping for that. But it could happen. Yeah, low budget anything in 2020s. Yeah, well, low budget would be like flights being like fucking, you know. Well, okay, as long yen is cheap, I could say that being in Japan is kind of low budget compared to Finland. As long yen is cheap and you stay in business hotels, it is cheap. Like you can go eat out in the price of like a fucking microwave dinner in Finland. So I would say it is cheap. It is the flights that cost. That is the most biggest cost. Getting there is the biggest cost. There's something going on with that, but hopefully it will not change too quickly. Yeah, I noticed like I don't know like what they are doing, because I don't follow the financial politics. Oh fuck, I forgot the rebuff. I don't follow the financial politics, so you know. But I would guess that they will wanna try to push back, you know. Because the yen was cheap. Yen has been cheap as it has been for ages. So I'm kind of guessing that they do not want that to stay away, you know? It's probably not good for the country, I would think. But yeah, I'm not a financial person. I'm not good with maths. And yeah, so. I've been even reading news last lately. I don't know. I haven't had the time, and it's always such some war and some grim thing going on. That's the news. There are only grim news. Positive things don't sell. They don't make good headlines, I guess. Hmm? Yeah, I also wanna like be able to trust people again. That is that is actually hard. I had to learn to trust people once more. Once more. Hmm. Buccaneers. Hmm. There's Sanctum of Light. I guess I gotta go this place. Underground cover. And it's like funny because I was like, I wish this country actually had like good mental health care because I know that I would probably need actually a long therapy. And it would benefit me, but there's no like free mental health care here. Really? Or at least, yeah. I'm tired of being on a waiting list for therapists. Oh yeah. I got like a papers that I could like get a government reimbursed therapy. But still I would have to pay I would have to pay over 50 euros for a session. And preferably having like 1 or 2 sessions a week. And I'm like, sorry, I'm not rich. I cannot do this therapy because it's so expensive. So yeah. And also I'm like I do not like how things work in this country with the you know? Yeah, no free healthcare in Finland. Yeah, there is no free healthcare. There is no free healthcare. It's a myth. It's not free. And like public healthcare is kind of crap. Yeah. Yeah, I got those papers like when I was in that full-time job contract. I could use like private clinic. I could just go to a private clinic for free. So. Plus I had a good, like the company had really good healthcare programs, so. But yeah, here if you want like therapy, it's hard. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Unless you pay it yourself. At least that is my experience with things. And also here, yeah, the thing I was supposed to talk about, I don't like it how everything is written down into a permanent record. I do not like that. I can't, like, when I go to a therapist, I want confidentiality. I want to talk about every darkest thing, every darkest thing there is. Because I think that is what would make the therapy efficient. But I do not want things on file, When everything is put to a file, you start to manage a file. Especially when it's a permanent file. You can't even ask to discard your information from the file, by the way. You don't own it. You don't own your own health information. It is owned by the government in Finland, so that is how it goes. You do not own your health information. And I think that is really kind of fucked up system. Healthcare is supposed to help you, be there to help you and be there confidential. Confidential doctor-patient relationship. It's supposed to be a confidential doctor-patient relationship, not a convict versus police relationship. Yeah. It's not supposed to be a convict versus police relationship, what it feels like. Feels like this. That's fun to learn. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes in this country, unfortunately. Unfortunately, and like I have only one doctor. I have one doctor who I go for like non-mental health needs. And he is actually a good doctor because I pay him 200 euros for a hour, a private clinic. Uh, for like my physical troubles. Like, and he actually writes, because even the private sector, you have to write entries. You have to make entry to the government database because it is obliged to every doctor, every nurse in this country. So, but the expensive private doctor, he puts an empty entry there. You know, that's not disallowed. He puts empty entry there. So, I trust him. He's a good doctor. But yeah, you know, quality costs. If you want that privacy, if you want that kind of service, you have to pay that much. You have to pay that much. You have to pay the American prices. And you have to know the right doctor also, who respects people's privacy and will not write down things to a permanent file. So, yeah. Welcome to Finland. Welcome to Finland, the land of the free. It's supposed to be a Nordic paradise. In here we have a lot of systems which are designed to control people. But they're kind of hidden and everyone kind of accepts them and people don't seem to question them. Which is kind of sad, because I feel that kind of a thing, especially when it comes to health. I think that's really questionable. I think it's fucking questionable. And feels like with the privacy stuff, they constantly want to make things even worse. Like, worse and worse in every sector. Like, hi evening, or, well, early evening, welcome. But yeah, there was that news about how they actually want to force every unemployed person how like public profile or something online. You know? Which is kind of like fucked up. And yeah, you know, that's gonna be passed, by the way. It's gonna be in effect from September. From September, it's gonna be in effect. It's gonna be in effect. If you wanna get like benefits and shit, so they are gonna go like and start enforcing that. It includes also people like me who are on 0-hour contracts. So I'm being forced to make one. Like I fucking work, but they still force stuff like that, yeah. Because I don't have full hours and I can't like work full hours. Time to move country again. Oh yeah, I really wanna do. I kind of want to myself, like. I really wanna go somewhere Central Europe, at least like some parts of the year. I would love to work somewhere in other parts of Europe. You know, I have the exploration nature. I have the conquistador spirit of exploring. So yeah, it kind of like asks me, makes me want to do a thing like that. Cause why not? While I still live, why not? If I get lucky enough one day to get the chance to do that, I will try. I will give it a try if I can, but Who knows? Who knows? Us. I would be I would be have to be able to like do the full horse with my limited mental health. That's gonna be a challenge. And I do not want to give up also my hobbies. Like I want to like, you know, mix in VTubing, mix in socializing, meeting people, mix in going to events. Yeah. I'm never gonna be a person who is gonna be like one of those who ends up stopping doing anything else except going to work and sleep. Like some people do that. I've noticed people disappear. People disappear and they go to that tube. They go to that tube and they never come back. Never come back again. From that tube. Usually when they like and university and or like education and end up scoring a job, then they kinda disappear. A lot of people do. And I just think that I hope the money makes them happy, but I don't know. I don't know. So sad people disappear. The vanishing people. And then like some of people around my like circle of friends, then they have like came out of that tube because they couldn't like take it anymore. They burned out themselves, so I have tendency to disappear sometimes. But yeah, it's healthy to, you know, stay socially connected. If I feel unwanted, then I leave. I do have that as well, kind of like if I feel that my presence is just not wanted, then I kind of silently just fade away, I guess. But I guess I mean, in broader sense, people have tendency that they lose all the energy to keep up with any social life. So, yeah. It's sad. It makes me think that people kind of die, in a way. People kind of die. It's, like they haven't died physically. But I guess mentally, a big part of them is just dead. Or dormant, at least. Just to appease the grindset of the modern society. Where you gotta keep grinding for money or fancy, you know, or whatever. House. If anyone even can buy a house anyways. Maybe you can buy like a crappy house from countryside, you know, the ones that people sell for like a couple of thousand because they can't just get rid of the house, and when you go and you are willing to buy it for like a 3,000, they are like, yay, finally somebody is buying me this worthless house in the middle of nowhere city. Like you can get houses from some of the remote towns near the Russian border. Oh yeah, you can buy a house for like a couple of thousand if you go to like Kuhmo. I think it was called Kuhmo. And there was like a lot of houses there which people are just trying to get rid of because, you know, because you have to pay for them. pay for owning the plot. Pay the tax. Yeah, house owning tax, you have to pay that, so. And of course, if you wanna keep the place livable, you have to renovate it pretty often, like, renovate it even no one can. So. But those places, I lived in, like, my childhood in one of those towns. Let's say that maybe if you are happy with doing nothing else except staying inside and having no social life and nobody to relate to near you, and you had to commute always like hundreds of kilometers to see your friends. Maybe if you can deal with that, you could live in a place like that. I guess that's the price you pay for a cheap house. Cause there's a reason why those are cheap. Nobody wants them, so nobody wants to move those places. So. And usually those places, like my old hometown where I used to live as a teenager, like half the stores were empty, abandoned, and like some of the stores which are kind of family owned and go generation to generation, and the big food chains, they are there, and maybe one kebab place and a grill if lucky. That place had one kebab place and a one grill and a one pub, and like that pub had like a summer tourist as well, but yeah. But like, it was like half of the stores had closed down. Small towns have a certain charm though. Yeah, I think in summer they are pretty. Like the one I'm from is from northern Ostrobothnia, so it's like a riverside town. But yeah, that's also like, yeah, that's the town I think I've mentioned like in one of my streams, like the whole history about the town, how they like, you know, there was the epidemic of like people, young people, like jumping under the train tracks, because the main railroad from Lapland. No, Oulainen. This place is called Oulainen. It's like next to Rahe these days, because we hunt the merch in the Rahe, so I guess it's next to Rahe, but not really. Not really, but it's kind of next to it. Close to it. But yeah, this place had like the main railroad to Lapland and the northern parts of the country. The only one. It runs through the middle of this town. So yeah, when I lived there, there was an epidemic of like teenage suicides. People, you know? And this was like, back then it was like a population of around 7,000 to 8,000 people. And you know, when there's like tens of teenagers doing that same thing within like a couple of years in a town of that size, you know, it signals something. Bullying was bad there. It was really bad, like bullying, and also the place had a something's up, yeah. And the place also had a reputation, like everyone from the neighboring towns always used to think that people who lived in this town where I lived were like weird, and it was kind of like, you know, really close off town. Close off town, yeah. So yeah, the weird people like me came out of that town. It's the Hinamisawa. It's the Hinamisawa of Finland. Hinamisawa syndrome. There was the Hinamisawa syndrome of Finland. Was in that town? I joke about that. Yeah. It's the Oulu area curse. Oh yeah. Could be, yeah, could be. Although I do remember that Oulu wasn't that bad, but I never lived myself in Oulu, but when I was a kid it felt like a big city. It felt like a big city. But I don't know, I haven't gone there. I went there when I was like a teenager the last time. So it probably, if I would go there now, it would seem like a really small city to me. Cause I've gone to Tokyo and, you know, I've gone to actual large cities. Even Tampere feels like a kind of small place to me. And Helsinki felt weird. It's kind of Helsinki area feels like it. Let's say that Helsinki area feels like it's pretending to be big. Like, you know, there's like, yeah, there's like a million people, but they live kinda in like a big area, and it doesn't feel like a large city to my, you know, my, and well, there's like one lane, one metro lane. It's a straight line. Yeah, but it's kind of weird, like the eastern Helsinki. I used to live in the eastern Helsinki area. I don't know, it felt like a fucking, yeah. A lot of malls, and then like just, you know, kind of like downtrodden housing, I guess, in my, kind of like downtrodden housing. At least that area, like in the whole eastern part felt like that. Whole eastern part felt like that. But yeah, and then there was the central city. I was there like a lot of time because of my work. I spend a lot of time in the like the very center, with the like main railway station. Yeah, Helsinki needs a second metro line. It definitely does. It at least has a decent railway, like a decent public transportation railway network is good. Tampere is kinda like trying to do it with the trams. I feel. But yeah, like the vibe of the downtown was like, I don't know. It didn't feel like so alive as Tampere is. Downtown, like everyone kind of was like just commuting. And in Tampere, it feels like when people go to downtown, they don't just go there to commute. They also go there to do things. I feel that's a big difference. The vibe difference there is a big. It's hard to put more in the words. But that's how I felt. Big fan of the trams. So yeah, I do like the trams. I do like the trams. And it's a big cultural mixing pot. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Especially the Eastern Helsinki was kind of like, I felt like half of the people living there was immigrants from Middle East. Felt like, yeah. But you could also feel the kind of social, you know, segregation where the people who have moved in, they have never fully been able to integrate, like, you know. So they have built their own communities and even like own kind of, you know, own place. But yeah, I'm actually like I like metros. I'm fan of metros, but mostly because, you know, metros are warm. If it's a warm station, it's a warm station. It's nice. But yeah, also the difference I feel between the capital and Tampere is that capital region, it's a bit more dirty. Like it's a bit more dirty in general a bit. I mean like I used to always joke when I used to joke when I went to Japan and I came back to Finland. I used to have this joke that it feels like coming to a Soviet Union because everywhere is dirty. When you get used to being in a city like Tokyo, where they actually like feels like they rub the streets with a toothbrush or something to, you know, keep things clean. Like, even though they have the culture there too, where there's like stickers and everything and some graffiti, overall it feels, it is cleaner. It is cleaner. Hello, welcome to my short Sunday stream of couple of hours of grinding and yapping about things. Yeah. But yeah, it was funny, like, I was coming back to Finland through Helsinki from Japan. It always felt like, kind of coming to a dirtier, less maintained place. At least Tampere feels a bit cleaner in a way. Less piss smell. Less piss smell on the station. And less piss smell on the trams. And the trams are actually kind of modern instead of like I didn't like the trams. Because tram tracks were built in the like Russian times. In Helsinki, so the trams are kind of strange model. They are not like, I guess if you had like walking problems and like problems of taking steps, taking those trams might be hard for you because you have to take a lot of steps. Lots of steps inside them. They are not flat. I had to walk past them cleaning the streets every morning to work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it feels like cleaner and well, but it's also like Tampere is kind of like a construction yard. Also, right now, like, because the city is actually developing, so everywhere there's like a construction site, and the construction speed is like watching paint dry. That's how the Finnish way of constructing things are. In here we take like fucking 10 years to make anything. It feels like well, I don't just understand sometimes how, like, shouldn't it be like more efficient to actually build things faster, or like try to build things like in In the summer, try to build things fast before it becomes winter. You know, just because in the winter, I would think that building sucks in the winter. So, we would think that like construction sites would really rush in the summer. I think that's the same for every Western country. Yeah, could be. I don't actually have that much experience because I haven't like lived enough in like I lived like half a year in Germany, but yeah, there wasn't much construction going on in that town back then, so I didn't see their speed of construction there. But that is something somebody else who like lives in other country could have feedback on. Feedback on, yeah. Feels like everyone complains about construction. Well, yeah. When it's slow and inefficient construction, it's like please be efficient. Please be efficient making things. It is much more quicker here compared to the UK. Not gonna lie. Oh, fuck. There's a place where they even do it slower. What the hell? Okay, I guess in UK the buildings must be like, you know, when they are built, they come already with the mold inside, mold included, because the building took so long that all the materials kind of got like, you know, people for like construction people leave them in the rain and stuff, you know. So the buildings come mold included in the deal. That's an extra cost for the person buying it. Yeah, yeah. Remoldy. So when you get something built in UK, you have to like get a renovation also right away to get rid of the mold. There's also places where they don't do road works, which is worse. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That is true. Like I don't know if they don't maintain the roads. The heavy, you know, the heavy traffic actually grinds the roads quite a bit. I have experience on this. Like places where heavy trucks go, they will, like, if they go every day, they will turn the road a little. There will be like a resorting is there, you know. Same company that built the building offers discounts for renovation. Oh yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Slow stuff is better than no progress. Yeah, I guess so, but you know, there's a room to improve. There's a room to improve. And in the working culture, I guess, I feel like, yeah, building. I sometimes feel that it has to be a bureaucracy thing instead of actually, you know, the building stuff. Car building construction can be quite fast sometimes, especially the element homes. Yeah, those are can be fast. Like when they get to the actual part where they can pile up the stuff. Where they can like pile up the parts, you know. Just usually everything else takes a long time. They do pile up parts fast when they get to that part. Yeah. Because they can pile and connect the parts that you know, the other work included. That takes time. Oh. Hmm. Feels like sometimes houses appeared. Yeah, they should have, like have that thing something done here where I live because there's like a places for houses, but they're kind of like half built and shit. You know, half built and shit. Not done with the foundations. Foundations seem to take quite a long time, and I'm like it's gonna be suck for you know. It's gonna suck for the workers when the ground gets frozen and they have to just start then doing the foundations instead of doing it in the summer when the ground isn't frozen. Get plus I'm like I should get like a pack of things instead of grinding single mobs, but I'm just stuck in this loop of grinding things. And these don't move, like some of these don't move, so how has Spiritual treated you today? Oh, it's been chill, And I was like at the start tempted to, you know, go to Pala World because Pala World is so addicting, but I'm trying to avoid it today because I have work tomorrow, so I don't want to do a ultra long, way too long session. I haven't gotten actually any decent drops so far. At least I haven't noticed that anything special. But I haven't actually checked either, so like, is there like any pets? Nah, there's no pets this time. I do want more pets in my collection. Just they are quite rare to get, so. Oh, fuck. The mob sure hit me hard. I'm gonna put the high heal to this one. It's way better. The normal heal is so bad. Like the acolyte heal is weak compared to the actual priest heal. I'm gonna try a different field also in this. Cause this field felt yeah, I don't know. I think I could get faster X by going the field where the spawn rate is a bit higher and like I can just gather a lot of things at once, smack them, so. I should get up myself. I slept like half. Okay, like 13:13, or wait, 13:30. That is when I woke up. And yeah. And today I have to go to bed before midnight again. Cause I do have work tomorrow. I have the earliest shift possible, of course, cause it always has to be like that. It's a fucking Monday. Why did I accept the fucking Monday shift? I'm like now I am regretting my choices of accepting the Monday shift. I'm regretting my choices of accepting the Monday shift. Cause I was like, okay, I wouldn't mind some more money. I was like, I wouldn't mind some money. Maybe I could do Monday, cause I don't know that will they offer like cause like will they offer me like other shifts they haven't like offered for this week yet, so. But I'm thinking of actually like just being like that I'm not taking any more shifts for this week, cause I'm feeling like just sometimes with work I'm feeling like I don't know. I don't know. I'll just rather stay at home and do my own things, I guess. I will send you love and strength and soap to hope you survive the shift. Thank you. It's like a double shift too, so. It's also a double shift kinda also, so it's a long day. It's gonna be a long day, like probably like 11 hours at the worst case. Or like a bit more. 11 to 12 hours. And that is if I if I actually do some trickery with the break. Well, and I actually don't take a break, and I just like mark it as a break when I'm actually doing something else, you know? Because you got people do that in my sector. They sometimes do it because the days are so fucking long that they just don't want to fucking. So I'm considering doing that myself as well because I just wanna get home at like some point of the day. So that is surgery. Yeah. I mean, I do work out job, which is like it is not easy job, but it's easy to get job. And actually, it's interesting that these days it's like 50-50 gender ratio. It's more like getting to be more slowly more equal. And also, the difference between the capital and my city is like, in the capital, half of the people doing this work, they can't even speak Finnish, and I'm like, how can they do the work if they can't speak Finnish? You have to be able to communicate and read instructions and stuff. And I'm like, okay. Honestly, working on a store would be a lot easier, and those are easy to get to, but yeah. That would be more social work. I do not want to work with people. I want a more. And it would have way lower pay. The hourly wage is way lower. Way lower. Yeah, a customer service is something I will never do again. Yeah. I could not do like a full-on customer service job where I would have to be on some counter to, like, you know, deal with people. Any interaction with the public is no. Oh yeah, I do have to interact a little, but it's more like saying that, oh, here's things and shit, and that's about it. I mean my salary is good actually. Like, if I would work full time, it would be a good salary, you know. If I would work full time, I would get fucking 16 euros. Yeah, but because I don't work full time, the unemployment thing cuts the salary half, you know. From one earned euro, half a euro is deducted. If it's like your monthly wage, like, it's like compensated by the unemployment funds if you don't work like full time. So you can halve that 16 euro. You can halve that, and that is my wage per hour. Yeah. But if I worked full time, I would have a good wage. But I just, my mental state can't just be working full time. Yeah, it is still a good wage. Yeah, it is still a good wage. Because the union is good. That's the only reason why it's good. A decent union. Yeah. Frank. drink here. Maybe I will clean my inventory also. But yeah, it's like also I'm kind of worried because how the system is getting changed and shit. They are making it even more stricter and stuff, even for part-time workers. That do I have to go to fucking some doctor to complain? I don't want to do that because the fucking doctors cost money, and right now I'm functional enough to do part-time, but a full-time I'm not sure about. Maybe if it was a bit different, kind of like just like less physical type of a thing, and something. I mean not 13 euro. It's fucking 16 euro, like 10 plus 6 euro, and then because I'm a part-timer, yeah, divide that by half. Would have to own the company probably to earn that much. Sorry, I'm not the owner of the company. I'm just a wage slave. So, but considering I only need like 7 months, 7 month education for the job, it's a good pay for that. Yeah, it's just a cog in the grand machine, but yeah, if this cog I'm turning doesn't work, you will see it. Yeah, you will see it if this cog I am turning and doing. If I don't go to my workplace, for some reason, you know, if I do not go for my workplace, yeah, the society gets, because I do the work which keeps the basics of the society working. Like people get fed, and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So if that doesn't work, it has an impact. It has an impact. Like even like if I would take like a sick leave for, even that would have an impact. But yeah, that's how it goes. And it's like funny being like fucking Menhera. Menhera, and yeah, and then I work like a fucking job like that. I don't know. Like you can have difficulties with life, and you can be a fucked up person, and yeah, you can still, you can still sometimes be able to go to work if you have skills and connections. So, um, hopefully, it can remind yourself that you are really important. Yeah, I think that that is the reason what motivates me to go to like do the fucking work, because I feel that it's important. That is what gives me the motivation to do the shitty shifts, because I feel that it has the impact on the people. And that is what motivates me. That's what motivates me. And my current job is useless. We just work on some random game. I just hope the game is gonna turn out good. I hope the game is gonna turn out good, because it can make people happy too. Having a good game like me playing this one, it's fun. somebody made this as well, so. Less are essential workers. Yeah, I wish always that blessing would be in the wage too. Like I wanna I wish I could work part-time and get like enough pay to like not be on any benefits on top of that. It would be like, I feel it would be fair considering how hard it is to work like physically and stuff, so it would be like fair. But yeah, society isn't made to be fair. It's run by, it's a wolf eats sheep ladder, so it's not fair. You are really, you are a great person. Oh, thank you, thank you. I feel flattered. To be honest, my job is counter rehabilitation stuff. I guess it feels like most of people are always working those. I don't know. Actually, getting a paid job which actually pays you money, it's hard. It's hard these days. It is hard these days. Jobs are scarce. We have the worst unemployment in the whole Europe, so. And businesses are going like bankrupt and stuff, yeah. Yeah, I'm not getting paid. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I kind of like have an attitude actually towards those myself that I would never probably work one of those because you know I just have idealism, I guess, that uh, that you know for work you are supposed to get paid. And if you're not getting paid, you are like, yeah, but that's a slave wage. Well, 9 euro a day is a slave wage. But I mean, I have that thing that it would be like right that if you work, you're supposed to be paid a proper wage. And if you do something else, it should give you like actual qualification papers or like you know some kind of certificate, proper certificate, a real valuable one. That is how I feel. That is how I feel. That it would be right. I feel like 9 euro a day is kind of exploitation. My job is useless baby work compared to yours. Nah, you're doing what? You're doing things also which takes brain power. You have to use brains. But I hope it stays like easy because you know if you're not getting paid, it should be easy. Like I'm planning, like I'm going to go the school thing and I'm gonna get like 9 euro a day for that as well. But I'm like I get actual like qualification shit when I finish it. Cause I don't wanna like upgrade my like licenses and shit to get some better jobs, less physically exhausting jobs. I wanna get one like that though. But yeah, I'm still edging on it. Like that I might actually like it to work full time on any kind of job. But yeah, I'm gonna try. I guess I'm gonna try. I guess, and if it doesn't work out, I don't know what to do next after it. I do not have a backup plan. I do need to work enough to pay the debt I have from that move from Helsinki and like rebuilding, like getting all the furniture and shit, like the appliances. So I do have to repay that. still, I do still wanna actually go to Japan and stuff, and it's not gonna happen unless I work. Unless I work, or actually I sell like a lot of like the valuable stuff in my collection, which I have, but I do have like a big collection of, you know, merch. I've collected a lot of merch and, you know, physical goods. And some of them, like, I remember a while ago that Pokemon Emerald for Game Boy Advance, that one was kind of expensive, and I actually own that one, for example. And StarCraft board game is another one which I remember out of my mind, and that is also expensive. So I could actually like sell my collection, and I could go for a vacation with that money if I wanted to do it. Oh, I missed my physical copy of Emerald. Oh, you also had one. Oh. Too bad I can't play it because, or actually, I think Switch DS actually could like. I don't have a Switch right now, but I do actually own fucking Switch games, but I do not have Switch. And well, and I well how I have DS. I could play it on that. I have the original DS, like the first. I have first edition of DS. Like the first. It is one of the first batch which they released back then, long time ago. So really old DS. So. Oh, I left it in the UK when I left for Finland. Oh, but well, oh well, it's still there. It's still in the UK at least, you know. Where you left it at? I hope it is there still. I would think. I'm like, I wonder what's the... Oh, probably not anymore. Oh no, somebody taking your stuff away. Oh no. Oh, you didn't like call, like, you know, do you have things that send? Ah, my brother for assault, everything. Oh, that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. I have to check, you know. Well, something instantly killed me, so okay. How long time ago was this? I guess regarding to the chat. The chat, I'm gonna check, like, well, what is the Pokemon Emerald price in eBay? Oh, 7 years from now. Yeah, that's a long... Oh, you have lived a long time in Finland. That means that. I've lived here a long time. You're almost like a native now. You could almost like do a naturalization, whatever is the called. Let me check. Yeah, Pokemon Emerald. What is... how much does it cost these days? What the hell? Only cartridge is 345. Actually, I have one with the box. I have one with the box. I have one with the fucking box. Yeah, okay. Okay, the box is like on... Okay, I don't have the poster, I think. I'm not sure if I have the poster. But somebody's selling one with... which comes with a poster, and it's a 650 euro. It's 650 euro. Okay, here. Box edition. It's a bit above 500 euro. Okay, so... Okay, that box is a fucking treasure. Okay, that box is a treasure. Yeah. I have no clue. But I would think that there is some collector who buys those things. Kinda. Just probably takes a while to sell something like that. I'm checking like StarCraft board game. Yeah. Okay, StarCraft board game, the original one, which I have. Okay, the prices go from 250 euro to like 900 euro, and it's like I guess it goes by the condition, but I don't know. It always depends who will buy. There's always a collector, but yeah, if you sell something like that, I guess you have to plan that. You have to keep the listing there for like, you know, for months. Months probably unless you undersell with a lot. Unless you undersell it with like, you know, a big amount. So and the whole okay, holy rat. I wanna go for this one. It's gonna take like some points. I'm gonna just hide this exorcism and turn undead somewhere here because I'm not using them. Rated always sells higher, but the rating goes up, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's with the collectibles that it takes a while because, you know, you have to have the perfect timing with somebody who is like a rich collector, wanting that box, and then actually wanting the listing you have. Like you have. So, like, actually, even with the doujinshi, I have like really valuable old doujinshi. But those are so niche products, you know? Old self-published comics, those are really niche products. I have original Mei-chan's Daily Life, by the way. That's also expensive these days. I wonder how much it sells for that manga. I have it. It's in pristine condition. And no, of course not. This is a manga, so I've read it once. But it's in pristine condition. Pristine condition. Mei-chan's Daily Life is anyone selling it. Anyone, not because it's like an adult product. I'm like eBay. Can you even sell that on eBay? But yeah, I guess you can sell that in somewhere. Oh, yeah, it's been in eBay. It's been listed in eBay, by the way. I found one listing in, yeah, eBay. Yeah, it's just listed in the Japanese. Like it's in Romanchi instead of the English version of the name. So that manga alone is 187 euro, around 180. Okay. Oh fuck. What the hell? Okay, some of the doujinshi by Tausiga, which I own a lot of. Wow, what are these prices? I'm like, what are these prices? Yeah, okay, all the old ones, which I've had a long time for in my collection, they are worth hundreds, apparently. Yeah, yeah, they are worth of hundreds. Wow, that's kind of impressive. But yeah, it's really niche. It's a niche product, and it's really limited. Like, you know, a limited amount of people who will want to buy that. Yeah. I'm like, if somebody someday inherits my collection, it's gonna be a valuable one. I wonder if you if you had like the chance that you could sell everything, I wonder how much it would be. I would say that it would. Okay, I'm not gonna brag too much, but I would say that it's gonna be probably in 10 to 20,000 euro or something like that. Something like that, I would say. If you took the time to sell all that to collectors online, so. I need a new energy drink here on the table. So kitchen. This time actually for energy drink I needed. Okay. I'm not actually gonna. I'm not gonna drink this. Yeah, they are protected. Yeah, they are protected. They are in the living room. The living room. The living room. And but I do fucking have the fucking sprinklers. I should probably cover my. I should probably cover my bookshelves and stuff with like, you know, some waterproof things if like, you know, sprinklers would malfunction. Or I should actually like one either protect it with like, you know, something, or buy a really fucking expensive like you know, buy an expensive insurance for valuable goods, which would be like the insurance companies would totally kill me financially for. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I mean it's probably like 10k or something, but yeah, no, selling it, that would probably be like, you know, it would take a long time, and you would have to sell the really specific, like, you know, a really niche crowd. You would have to sell to a really niche crowd. I should actually like write a will for those, just in case, you know, to, you know, that so that they are sent or, you know, put somewhere, or like gave to some person who values those, you know, values those, and it would not go to some random, you know. I should write a will that it goes to another collector, or to an archive, which like preserves things from, yeah, like preserves culture, even it's like a really obscure, like, you know, really obscure and not so family friendly culture. So yeah, selling takes years, but yeah, you can maybe keep twisting on. Yeah, maybe when I'm like fucking old, actually old. Maybe when I'm actually like old person, when that time comes, maybe by then I should sell the collection and use the money to you know, maybe travel, you know, travel and do stuff like that. But until then, I will probably gonna even expand my collection, because these are things I love and I cherish. These are a collection for a reason. It's things I love and cherish, and you know, artists whose work I really like, and who have been like close to my heart since my teenage years. So, you know, it's a collection for a reason. Some of the self-published books I have. They are from like 17. They are from 70. I think one doujinshi I have is from 75 or something, and you know, that's a long time ago. There's alone a cultural value in a copy like that. There's a cultural value. So maybe I'll like a small community. Small community, but there's a cultural value. Anyway. I'm like, should I level my main a bit? I'm tempted to level my main a little bit too. On my main class, maybe I'm gonna level my main as well, because I do have in the title that it, or the thumbnail, that and maybe something else. So the something else will include leveling my main as well. I won't get sucked in today. Yeah, I'm probably ending stream at like 21:30. That is my like the time. I'm kind of planning to end today. Let's see. I'm gonna go with my main. I'm gonna go with my main. Which is the Weaver. It's the Weaver. I feel the Bonky Priest is like more durable than the Weaver. Definitely, it's more durable. In general, but I do like the Weaver because Weaver is just, you know, it's the flexibility. I like the flexibility of having so many skills, like, and the ability that I can re-roll the Weaver, and I can make anything I want out of it, kinda. Like I can kind of make anything I want it. I could turn it into a melee. I could turn it into a ranger if I wanted. Stuff. So I like flexibility. So that is why it is my main. Let's go to my Weaver here. Here, yeah. That is why this one is my main. And it also has the best gear, of course, because actually used I've used a lot for the gear. I should actually plus 6 this one probably, and plus 6 the keg. I wanna plus 6 the keg on me. I think it's an armor, so yeah. Or actually it's an armor, I think. I'm gonna take these also, just in case if it's not an armor. I have actually decent stats on some of these too. Like this one, it has this one. There's an auto attack chain +1, that is good stat, that is good chat. Good, fucking not chat, but stat. Because it adds like one more to the chain when you like. Because this also is like based on proccing this thunderbolt, and proccing this chain lightning, and proccing this ice shard. So I'm like counting on these 3 skills to, you know, kill stuff. Everything else is a buff. Everything else is a buff. And like I have the resonance wall. This one, it's a heal, and it also pushes back monsters. And then there's suppression field. I can't cast it here, it seems like, but it's like it pulls the monsters together, and it silences them so that they can cast spells. But often I'm kind of lazy, and I don't even like, you know, cast those because I'm lazy. I could try like doing a +6. Can I plus 6 it? Yeah. Could I actually do plus 7? Yeah, I could do plus 7. Could I do a plus 7 on this one? Yeah, I could try, you know. I know. Let's see how many tries it's gonna take. Plus 6, plus 5. I have a lot of these shards still, so. Plus 7 kitty. Yeah. Per refine it grants like more auto-custom. So I'm gonna like plus 7. And yeah, I should like actually. Oh, yeah, I need to take Vulcanites out. I'm gonna improve my gear. I'm gonna improve my gear. Because I have so many of these shards. I could actually improve my gear. Let's. I'm just gonna take all the shards out. Almost. Yeah. I'm surprised I'm not overweight doing that. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna like write this one. I'll just get some depth, but plus 5. Plus 6, plus 7. I wanna get this one. 7 as well, so. It's a 40% chance, yeah, plus 7. And maybe I can get like this one as well. Plus 7. I just have to keep spamming. 6. Plus 5, fail. 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 Success. Fail. Success. Yeah, I will try this one. Plating as well. Let's get everything plus 7. 6. Yeah. Plus 7. Okay. Eye patch. Eye patch. 4. Yeah. Plus 7. I got everything plus 7. Next success rate would be plus like 30%. So I'm not gonna lock it. Maybe when I have like crazy amount of resources, I will lock it. Not now. Okay. Let's put the shards away. And then I have just minimal amount of stuff on me. Good. Okay, I'm gonna buff myself. With this one, I also farmed the Guild X. Which I need like. I need here. I put some bets, by the way, to the storage. Feel free to take them. Everyone can like take and use the guild storage. So if you don't have the pets, you can take them and use them. Okay, 2 skill points. I need 2 more, and I'm on. Like I need this guild needs so much X for to get more levels. So yeah, so at the guild storage, there's 2 pets. You can take this. You can take this, and if you're not in the guild yet, you can apply. You can apply in the game, and I will click you, like approve you if you don't have a guild yet. In this game, I'm kind of trying to like make one, like, just for people who view the streams or like just are in the Discord, but have to see how active it's actually gonna be, because it's a like niche game, and yeah. I like this game a lot. It's a fun game. Let's go Sanctum of the Light. Yeah, this time we played the Twitchy class. We are fucking twitching. We are so twitching and autocasting these skills. I'll probably start playing against him now because trade works. Yeah, it's way better with the trade. I actually like. I bought some gear for my characters. I wanna buy like some of the better gear and some of the boss cards. I'm kind of planning to buy. Instead of farming, I have like 4 million, but the boss cards, they cost like 5 million per card, but you don't have to get the card more than once. Because if you take it out of equipment, you keep get keep the equipment and the cards. This game doesn't destroy, like some games like this have the thing where you have to decide that will you destroy the equipment to preserve the cards, or will you like destroy the cards instead of like the equipment. That in this one you can just take them out of the slots, which is good. It makes life easier. Okay, let's go actually deeper in this place, but because the level of these mobs is 79, 78. I'm 91. I'm 91, so we should go deeper. I need level 100 to get the good equipment, which I might just actually just buy from the market. Plus, they have the equip restriction level 100, so... Divine Grace. But yeah, I'm like annoyed because tomorrow I also have to work with an older vehicle. And I have to bring my own fucking GPL boombox with me to work because the radio doesn't have Bluetooth, and there's no connection for any kind of like audio cable, and I am not going to listen to the radio. Sorry, I am not going to listen to the radio. The radio sucks. I don't like Western music. I do not listen to Western music at all. Like maybe some tracks. Couple tracks I do, but I usually don't, so. I do not like to listen to the radio. I wanna choose what I listen to. I wanna choose if I wanna listen to some talk program. I wanna choose what podcast I will listen to. Oh. I'm having problems with mana here a bit because I guess this place uses a lot of fucking mana. Yeah, this battlefield they drain mana. I need a boss card which has a mana leeching. I need a boss card with a mana leech. But the amount of ads in the radio nowadays is crazy. Yeah, I remember like when I started my work, I drove like one of these same vehicles without the so that I couldn't listen to my own music. And I didn't back then have the boombox stuff. And it was like every day same stuff would play on the radio. And even like with the music, it would be always the same stuff playing there. And always the same ads. And just like, it made my work day so much more comfortable when I started to listen to all my own stuff. Instead of listening to radio. The first year I listened to radio. But I guess the downside in that is that I get to listen so much music, which I like, at work, that I don't really feel like listening to music at home at all much. Because I listen on the work stuff. I don't usually listen to music at home. I only listen to podcasts, or more like YouTube videos, which are like podcasts in a way, so. Well, I can do this field, but I'm out of mana constantly. I'm out of mana constantly in here. Yeah. I wish I could stay up later. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't like going to bed early. I don't like going to bed early because tonight is the most comfiest time of the day. Night is the most comfiest time of the day. How I sound. I'm like, maybe I'm gonna do another field. This field doesn't even have that much good items that I would require. So another field would be like a better choice, I think. And uh, I wonder, yeah. Tomorrow. I still have to decide the schedule for streaming, but I'm thinking like tomorrow and Tuesday are gonna be like impro. Like they're gonna be like break unless I decide otherwise. But I will probably schedule something for all the other days because I've kinda already decided that I will not probably take any more shifts for next week and I will just do one day. One fucking really long day. One really long day. Like an extra long day. Maybe I will take also a break so I can make it even longer. Just do one really, really long day. And then just have fun for the rest of the week and, you know, do hobbies, meet friends. That kind of stuff. Yeah, maybe I need it. Maybe I need it. At least my mind feels like it. It kind of needs it. It kind of needs it. Kind of needs it. I wish my mind was like more of like a normal person's mind who can do like 5 days a week and still do hobbies with full energy. Well, okay, only a couple of people can. Like only I feel like only a minority of people who work full time can do that. They just don't probably talk about it. So they just probably don't talk about it. Or maybe I do live in a different reality compared to most people when it comes to like having an endurance, I guess, or like having energy. I feel like I'm hanging by the thread after my 5 day week. Oh yeah, that's how I felt when I did full time job. Especially when living in the environment I did. I was like fucking I felt like absolute shit, to be honest. So, maybe I'll do the crystal cave. That was a good build. Same one I did with the other one. Except with this tractor, I had to move a bit, so I can't play this. Oh wait, I don't have to move that much. But yeah, I feel also like the modern society and the whole model of how things work, they aren't anymore made in like with people in mind, like with people's well-being in mind. And like the people before us, the people before us, I feel also, who did the full week, they like actually had got more. Yeah, we are here just to make the rich richer. That's how it feels like, and I feel like the people before us who like worked and did that shit, they had easier days, easier, kind of like easier schedules, even though they worked like the same amount. They kind of had it a bit easier. And also, on top of that, they got more out of it. Like, they got houses and stuff. Things were easier to get. Things were easier to get, you know? For the... I don't like to say it, but for the boomers, you know? Things were easier to get for the older generations. It was easier. And they actually could, like, get more things out of like putting all the time and effort. And now it's like even if you would work like 5 hours a week and do max hours and have like contract, which is like a solid one, you would not get as much, or you would like have to work way longer, way more unstable environment, and way harder tasks and more work per person compared to, like, you know, the older generations. I do feel it. It's really unfair, but nobody seems to care. Everything was easier for the boomers, yeah, and then they complain about like younger generations being fucking lazy. Well, when the world was rigged. Every fucking system was rigged. Yeah, somebody screwed up the system, but nobody cared to fix it. Nobody cared to fix it. Like maybe we have the stuff the boomers could only dream about when they were young. Like, you know, we can talk like this. I can broadcast like anyone in the planet can watch my live stream. At least with a VPN, if not else, but yeah, anyone can planet. And yeah, that generation people probably couldn't have even dreamed about that being possible for a normal person. Or like a regular, you know, just have somebody. And all tech we have. But, you know, the basics, which is like the building blocks under, those are kind of fucked. And I think the basics are important. Like a place to live, and feeling secure about money, feeling secure, you know, secure about life. We don't have that in the same sense that those people had, so unless you're lucky and have a well-paying wage, but even then you could get like a laid off any day. Things go a bit bad, and then you would have to deal with actually probably having a lot of debt you took when you had like a good job and thought that it would work out, but then yeah. So, like, I've had a friend who worked like you know, when Nokia was a good business, they worked at the factory making phones and shit, and well, of course, the factory, it got shut down. They had to sell their house. Like, they took a loan for their home. Couldn't find a job, you know. Couldn't find a job anymore. And they had to sell the house, and they went into debt. selling the house, you know? Because they couldn't get, because the company who employed most of the people in the town, or like a big majority of people in the town, it was gone. The house price went down. So they would have to sell their like half-paid home and actually like make a deficit and not have a home anymore, like, you know, an owned home, half-owned home, half-paid home, and yeah, you would be in debt, live in a rental place and be in a debt. So yeah, that is how things are for us. I think for most of us things are like that. And yeah, I'm not seeing it changing for the better. Unless we, as I jokingly like to say, unless we eat the rich, the 1% yummy meat. I like the 1% delicious meat. 1% who owns like fucking what, 80% or was this like 90% of everything. So collectivization should happen to that property, I think. Like worldwide collectivization of, you know, all those assets, which are bound in that kind of proportion, which is not sustainable for humanity. So I won't eat the meat, but I'll prepare it for everyone else, so I can eat the meat. It's probably good. Although they might have lived like a spoiled, bad lifestyle because they don't have to work out, so it could taste a little bit bad, you know, it could be a bit bad. Like my meat probably would taste better because I work out and work, so I have a good like ratio of, you know, fat and muscle. Okay, maybe I do need a little bit more fat on the muscle. I have that thing. I maybe need a little bit fat. Yeah. I'm an edible cockroach. I'm an edible cockroach. But yeah. Delicious dinner. Yummy. Yeah, I don't think the unfairness in the society is gonna get fixed anytime soon. It's gonna require like global actual, you know, crisis. Probably like really bad crisis when things are gonna maybe change, and I don't think it's gonna be for the better. I think people who want to like add more control, you know, the chat control type of people who wanna take away the freedoms we have these days, at least to communicate. Those people are the ones that are gonna probably win, unfortunately. They have, you know, they have the guns, we don't have the guns. That's how it goes. The people who wield the guns will win. We don't have the guns. That's like normal, regular, random people. We don't. We can only talk. And talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Like with the relationship stuff, it's the actions which matter, not the talk. Not the talk, and you know, what can we do other than talk and try to survive, you know? Other than talk, maybe talk. Not even most people maybe won't even talk, but yeah, the ones who do, yeah. What can we do? And my gaming stream is totally like being not a light-hearted, you know, not a light-hearted gaming stream where I'm grinding and I doing you know, some talk show where I'm like making funny jokes, but it's like a serious discussion. Yeah, and I'm sorry, some of the watchers come and actually I like, you know, want that kind of thing, but yeah, I tried to make it in my Twitch descriptions and everywhere to say that I might actually talk about, you know, have a bit different vibe. This is my favorite podcast. Oh, thank you. It makes me happy. If there's even like one person out there which likes it, it makes me happy. It makes me happy. I appreciate. But yeah, what like I'm like, what can we do? We can just observe and try to survive our daily lives and hope for the best. I guess only thing we can do is vote, but I've lost trust in politics. Politics for like, you know, no matter who I vote, feels like nothing changes. And the politicians are kind of like, they just lie also. I might vote for somebody, then they get elected and they like change their stance and stuff, and yeah. But usually the people I vote never even get elected, unfortunately, so. Yeah, I'm still always voting. Yeah, still vote. It could make the difference. Yeah, I still do it. I still do it. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'm coping with that. Yeah. Well, I still do. Maybe it, at least it's one vote in a pool or something. But then it's just a combo of all the votes and the majority, and you know. But it's kind of funny how things I see, also because of my work, I see like, you know, different parties are promoted on the highway. Like when you go by the highways, you don't see ads for like some of the parties which are more liberal. On the highways, you see like the rich people parties always being advertised, and then when you go to cities and the bus stops, there you see like ads for the more like liberal parties, and like the, you know, the shift. That's kind of funny, I always say. But yeah, I feel like it just takes like a huge global catastrophe for anything to change for something. Yeah. I'm gonna look 25 minutes more. 25 minutes more, and then I'm gonna like start my preparations to try to be in the bed by 23 o'clock. So that at 23 o'clock, I should be climbing up my loft bed, my little roach den bed, and then be in condition that I will instantly pass out when I hit the bed. That is also the goal, that I need to be in the condition that I will pass out instantly, and it doesn't take long time. So I will stack sleeping mats. My way of, you know, there's no other way to change the sleeping schedule. So radically I have to stack up meds. Luckily I have a bunch. Just because I need. Yeah, I have a bunch of like walrus meds and stuff. So, you know, stuff that actually knocks you out, but they won't, like, they have like Half-Life. Half-Life is so short that it is gone from my system by the morning. Meaning morning as in the fucking 5 o'clock, or like more like 5:30 when I'm out of the door. Then I have to be in full machinery operating condition. So I always calculate things so that when I need to knock myself down with, like, you know, meds to fix my sleep schedule. I know my body and the meds and the like Half-Life science enough that, you know, I can calculate when it's safe and when I'm 100%, except I'm tired in the morning, of course, but I am like, you know, not under influence, so to speak. Just tired from sleeping like 5 hours. And, like, you know, the jet lag, like it's the same as you would do a huge jet lag shift the morning after. After it, then the whole day is like me chugging usually free coffee I get, and energy drinks. That is my menu for today. And listen to fast trance music, because like fast music, it makes my brain more awake. When I listen to really fast Toho, like I listen to Toho trance, it keeps my brain awake. Also, in combo with coffee. So mixing some coffee with Toho trance. My recipe, yeah, up tempo. You know, I have a thing. If you drive a small vehicle, listen to classical music, and like peaceful music. If you drive the bigger the vehicle, the more faster the music. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. And also you can do the trick, like, you can do the trick that you can open the window a little bit, but not really in the summer, but this is what you can do in the winter. When, you know, it's a bit chilly, it will make you more awake. Because it's a bit chilly. In the mornings, that's just little tricks you learn. Little tricks you learn. But I usually, when I go out of my home door and actually like go to this kind of, in the brain, I like put on a mask, you know. I put on a work mask, like professional mask, where, you know, you are not like yourself, but you are kind of like filtered version of yourself. To suit the professional context and all, especially considering how like, you know, how menhera I am, like out of that. So I keep like a different image when I do like professional stuff. But I think everyone does that. Everyone does that to some degree. There's a private persona and there's a work persona, and those are different. They are not the same. They are not the same. Like I don't consider my colleagues friends, even the close ones. I do have made actually friends through that way too, but like, but usually I do not consider. Yeah, I constantly need to filter myself. Yeah, that, yeah. That. But luckily I don't need to deal much with people, so it's a good thing. But I also go like work mode. For me means that I try to do things with pride. I actually have this kind of thing that I wanna like do my work as well, as good as possible. You know, have quality. It has to be like like I care about quality. Like the little customer work and like customer facing stuff I do, I care about doing it well, so I care about doing it well and being like polite and, you know, having maybe small talk with some of the customers. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I'm always looking for ways to improve what I'm doing. Yeah, that's the same also for me. Yeah, I gotta find motivation where you can, yeah. I just wish that, you know, you would see the quality in the pay as well. But, and yeah, you don't. Yeah, you don't. You like you can like I do get actually like compliments and like good feedback and stuff sometimes, but that's like I don't see it in the pay. I don't see it in the payroll. Yeah. I don't see it in the payroll where I think it matters, so. We always get the negative feedback. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. It's so rare to get like positive feedback, and I was like earlier this year, I actually got like a positive feedback, you know? And that was like, and when I work in Helsinki, actually there I chit chat with a lot of the customers, and they always swear that you are the best. Like you are the best one out of all the people who come do this stuff for us. So, and I also always humbled, and yeah, I guess it motivated it me also, but yeah. Other than once a month, great job team, keep doing the good work. I got so heated about something the other day. Oh. A customer complained about the amount of cucumber in sandwich, so the boss will find out who made it and say to them about it. Oh yeah, fucking picky customers. Yeah, and like people do make mistakes also. People also do mistakes, and you know, yeah, who complains about cucumber? Yeah. And I guess the difference between like a good company and bad one is like how much the companies understand that people are human and sometimes mistakes happen and accidents happen, and you know, things can happen. Things can happen. And a good company is the one where they understand the employee, you know? Where they side with the employee when it matters. When it matters. And when it's some like mistake made because of like a structural problem, they actually try to fix the structural problem instead of, you know, blaming the employees. That is what makes the difference. Sometimes you're just in a rush trying to do 5 things at once and you aren't thinking about like the least important thing as much. Yeah, I get that also. Well, when there's so much stuff you have to consider. And yeah, and sometimes in my work it's the schedules and the transit times and like, you know, the traffic is unpredictable, so sometimes I can't just be there when the schedule says that I should be somewhere, and then it's like sorry, it's physically impossible. And yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, I'm on a time limit. My work is always scheduled. I'm on a time limit always. So, like I have like, you know, time limits, like slots. Yeah, if you're on time limit, sometimes shit hits the one. Yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Things can happen. Luckily, like at least like most of people are reasonable and they understand it, you know. Like if I can't make something in time and I just say that yeah, so this and that happened, they are like, yeah, they understand it. That's how much customer service I have to do. Like if I'm late, I usually try to be nice and tell that story that I can make in time this time because of this and that. But yeah, and usually most people are actually reasonable with, you know. And usually also often it isn't because of me. It's because of the guy who, you know, plans. Like I just execute the orders of my superiors, so to speak, and sometimes the bosses aren't haven't just planned things. That's all stuff. Yeah, you know. But that's how it goes. When you know, when you're not the only one responsible. You're just one in a chain of people doing things. So you're just one in chain, one part of a chain. And if any other part in the chain before you has some problems, it will affect your stuff as well. I'm happy being a cog. Let's say that I don't mind myself it, but I would think that I would actually prefer to be like some kind of entrepreneur, you know. But that kind of stuff requires money. I would prefer to be like, you know, I would prefer to run my own company, you know, and then I could like get like all the profits also by myself. So I would prefer that, but doing that requires a lot of money, and that is for the people with the money. I'm not the one with that money. I only have that, so uh, I want my own bakery one day. Yeah, for me, an ideal would be running also like my own like company, whole stuff, and then I could just do like I wouldn't be on a hourly wage, but you know. I would be on a performance wage, which is better for me because usually I perform. I'm less lazy than most of people. Sorry, most of people, but when I work, I'm a bit less lazy. So I grind. I have grind set, so that is why I would prefer like actually if I had the chance to have my own company, but. Yeah, it's not gonna happen because I'm not a rich person, and if I had like millions, I would probably invest them and not work. That is what I would do probably. Instead of like actually starting a company at that point, I would try to invest the stuff wisely and build a life where I can just do my hobbies and pursue that kind of things more, and hopefully make enough passive income by investment. So, yeah. And having an own bakery, that would be cute. It would be like Reset Care, kinda, except with instead of an item shop, you would have a bakery. That would be a cute. That would be a cool. I would come to visit. I would come to visit your bakery. I would pay a visit. Just don't get a property where the place where you bake the stuff is downstairs, please. Where the ingredients have to be carried downstairs. Get one where you can where the fucking driver can leave the cage. Leave the cage to the inside, and you will deal about it, and the driver just picks up that empty one. I'm like, please do it that way. Please do it that way. The driver is very happy. Then the driver is very, very happy. Very, very happy about that thing. Yeah. 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 So yeah, I'm like, yeah, please do it that way. It is the life. Yeah. Oh, the big dragon. Drivers also get free food if they have time. Oh, that sounds like a good bakery. Oh, that is like one of the better places when you get like some bite on top of the coffee. So. Always love places where you get a little free food. They are the best ones. I worked in that field, so I know how important that is. Yeah, it's good to have some experience, so know like how much it affects the mood of the day, the vibe of the day. Like even one place like that where you get like free food. and something like that kind of like make the day a way more better and tolerable day. So especially when if the next place is gonna be one of those fucking when it's like the next place is gonna be like fucking how tons of like 2 tons of shit downstairs. So it's like a happy driver for that one for sure. Oh, I was happy if I get coffee from a customer. It happens a little. Oh yeah, yeah. It's early. It's early. It's like it. Oh, I accidentally closed my windows. Oh, it's early. Improves today. Yum. I like them. I need to rebuff myself soon. And okay, 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna head to town, and then let's find somebody to raid maybe in 5 minutes. Then it's gonna be my time to start my sleeping preparations and actually eat something. Eat some dinner for today. I have some pizza. This time I will not fall asleep before you know, with the pizza in the oven. I have the pizza from the last week when I accidentally forgot it the oven. I have it still in the fridge. Maybe I should throw it out. Maybe I should throw it out, you know. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe I should throw out the last week's one, which is kind of I'm kind of sad about it because it was a good pizza. It was one of those grandiosa ones, like Mexicana ones, the expensive ones too. So I'm a bit sad. But sometimes just, you know, things happen. You are tired. You are tired and things happen. Yeah, it's the best one. And yeah, it got a bit wasted because like the oven was on for too long anyway. So yeah, I did a new grandiosa Mexicana. I did a new grandiosa Mexicana. I like the last one is ruined. Yeah, except the throne payouts. If it's under 50 euro, they actually take like €1 out for transfer fees, which kind of sucks. They try to like, you know, they take money. They take money away from, you know, which kind of sucks. That's why I've avoided now trying to put anything under 50 euro there because they take money. They take money. Oh, yeah, that's warp. I had to empty my inventory. Yeah, kind of like how it works with Twitch also. Like if you have the affiliate on, you like kind of like you can only cash out when you have $50 there. Before you have $50, you can't cash it out. Like, well, you can turn on the option where you can use the money there as a like Twitch balance, so you can like donate it to other streamers, which is kind of like so yeah. But I'm not gonna monetize my like streams for like maybe if I can do a full-time job or get on pension or something, then I will monetize. There's like a bureaucracy reason I have to like I can't monetize, so which kind of sucks. Yeah, in the real life donations, yeah, those are fine. Like if they are like I do not provide anything in exchange. But they are just like somebody just gives me something. So sure, fine. Let's see. I'll keep a monster in my backpack for you if I ever recognize you. Oh yeah, yeah. Or you could come to this district I live in. I need monsters. I'm always thirsty. Plus, I have to stay hydrated. I have to stay hydrated. Um, I need my daily energy. Usually I prefer monsters and like energy drinks because they like coffee gets cold. Coffee gets cold. You have to drink it fast. Unless you have a thermos. And I don't have a thermos. So. I used to drink coffee before, but nowadays I just drink monsters. So. Oh, let's see. I'm like, can I improve my? Oh, it's like clock is ticked already. The clock has ticked at the time. Let's see if I can find like somebody to raid today. Somebody to raid today because I need to start to prepare to sleep. I would love to stream longer, but I cannot. So let's see. Dashboard. I wonder if somebody is streaming this game. Thank you. I will like try to make a schedule. I'm not sure if I will make it today. I might, but who knows? Yeah. Oh, there's the Portuguese person. Well, I have rated him before. I will maybe I will maybe rate this Portuguese. Yeah, thank you. They also play a Bonk priest, so I'm gonna like initiate the raid and such and stuff. Initiate the raid. The Portuguese stream. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. See you later. I will publish a stream schedule. I'll try to make it today, but if I can't, I'll make it tomorrow. And yeah, I'll try not to fall asleep before pizza. Yeah, I'm starting the raid now and stopping my stream. So thank you for coming for this a bit shorter stream. And this is fun talking about different topics. It's good game for talking about random stuff. See ya.